Hey guys, wanted to show my GramGrace deck profile. Uh, Most people run the grade 3 version. This is my version of it. Uh, I'm just going to go through it quickly. So there's the grade 3. This is my ride line. Mainly because he comes out. This gets me a free shuffle. And this will get me a nice retirement and double drive check, which is always great. I played 2 of this one. Mainly to just have him as a defender for the back row. Booster, not that big, 5k, but he can intercept from the back, and if I soul blast one, he comes out rested, which is fine because, you know, you go to Blaster Dark, you shuffle off this one's effect, then when you're done, Wingo comes out, use his effect, retire, and then you can soul blast this to get it out on the field if it's your second ride. Yeah. 2 PGs. I feel like 2 is fine for me. I've been playing around this deck a lot. 3 of these, 4. Mainly, this deck lacks in power sometimes. So, nice grade 1 that you can use for the back row, front row, and what was it? Yeah, when your opponent's at grade 3, they become 13k attackers, which is always good, especially when you want to use it on your turn to hit magic numbers. 2 of her. Mainly, she's tech. Reveal a trigger, counter blast, bounce one of your opponent's front row to the bottom, which honestly is kind of helpful, especially if you're fighting someone who plays a ton of trick stars or something. Or you just gotta get rid of that pesky interceptor. 3 pain angels. Booster, and if I want the extra draw or just want to clear my board, especially if I'm fighting Kagero, yeah. This one, I want to play 3 to 4 of. Mainly because it's counter blast 1, draw 2, and then call 2. In this deck, because everything's kind of grade 2 and less, it's a good card. It's a good Kato card. It's a staple, I think. I think it's a good way to just dig out through your deck to go grab either triggers if you want a defense or if you're looking for your persona. Boop. This is something people wasn't expecting. You mainly run her in Hexa Orb, but I like to run her because she becomes 2k. She gets a 200 points attack points more when you check the top card of your deck, and it allows you to pretty much stack. Like if you go to Blaster Dark, call her out, see that you have a trigger on top, or if you don't have a trigger, you could just be like, all right, call. I got a trigger on top. I'm gonna leave it there. Swing with this, hit the trigger, give power to this. Or if there's not a trigger, this gets 2k power. You call a pain angel. Now it's a 20k column. You swing with that. Boom, you get your triggers or not. You boost this. Or if the card on top you want, you just boost with this for 20. Retire, draw, and then swing for the extra drive tricks, and you might hit a trigger. Yeah. Play 2 of this. It's actually helped me dig through the deck when I reveal a trigger. So I reveal a trigger, grab a card from my hand, put it into the soul, draw 1, and yeah, it just helps me dig through the deck a little bit more. I might change them out. I'm not sure yet. This deck is very flexible. 2 of him. He's mainly just to thin out the deck as fast as I can. It's not that this deck has an issue hitting triggers or anything, but you mainly want to. This whole deck is really just rush, and I love it. But yeah, he's key just because you can dig out. Only thing I don't like is that you have to have 4 units on the board. So sometimes your attacks will depend if you want to play this or Painkiller first. Usually if I'm fighting Kagero, I'll play him, swing with Painkiller, use his effect so Overlord can't attack a rear guard, and then I can use cards from my hand to block the Overlord's attack to the Vanguard so it doesn't restand. 2 maples. Mainly, you discard it on your ride phase. When you get to grade 3, it just comes out. That's pretty much it. 2 just to make sure I see it. 3 angels. Honestly, as much as I would like to do more superior calling in this deck, this is just to help me build up the soul. And honestly, by the time you get to grade 3, you usually don't have an issue with the soul anymore. Like, I've actually been taking him out of a lot of decks I have. I got like 10 of them. So if you guys want to trade, let me know. Then there's your persona. Not really much to say. If you got the cup, you know, the persona cup that came out last set, that helps. For the effect triggers, it's an option, so it goes in the soul. It helps me get bigger numbers. 3 more crits, so 7 crits in total. I was like, am I counting wrong? 4 heals. 4 fronts, because fronts are good. And Cry Elemental Persona Ride. I mean, Cry Elemental Overtrigger. I'm not the biggest fan of the Cater one, mainly because the Cater one always messes me up. I don't know why. Either I never have enough units on the board to attack with it, or I always draw it. But this is always nice because this deck usually by the time you get to grade 3, your opponent should be at 3 or 4 damage already, even if it's their turn. And then this is just a nice push for N, especially if they don't have PGs, just to help, you know, try to make them use up their hands or use their PGs earlier, even if, you know, it just helps. Especially how this guy just says Persona Ride. Everything on the board gets 10k power, and it's neat effect of counterblasting Soul Blast 1 to draw a card and then call a card from your hand to the board behind it. So if I was to summon Blaster Dart, he'll get 10k power, and then if I want to activate his effect or not, yeah. But you also got his effect, so make him 30. He'll swing, his attack ends, he goes in the soul, and I draw 1, which is great. But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully I'll do more videos and the videos will be better. Alright, bye-bye.